101 Ways to Massively Increase Your Real Estate Without Spending Too Much Money by Professor Dolph Durus. I'm Ria. I'm here in one of my apartments that we just bought and we're doing some renovation work. So number 33 is change your stove. So this property is older and has not seen any renovation. So now we're actually doing some upgrades on this property. So I'll give you a tour. This is the kitchen. And so we're changing some of the appliances, including the stove here. This is number 33, which is change the stove. Why? Because the stove, number one, is very important, especially to the tenant. The queen of the house, the chef cook, who wants to cook in this stove. So if your wife is a chef and she cooks delicious food, the number one thing that she's gonna look for in your apartment is the stove. So the book recommends that if you have an old stove such as this one, is to change it to new one. Why? Because the stove is the number one personal property that depreciates, according to the book. Number two is the cook, your chief, your queen. She looks at this number, this stove. That's the number one thing that the cook looks at. And third is by changing the stove, it appreciates your value. So if you have a stove, old stove like this, then it's time to say hello to the new one. So hopefully you learned something, and I'm gonna show you the living room. And this is the living room right here. So we are doing some renovation in here, and those are just my Lowe's flooring, luxury vinyl tile flooring, drywall in here, more drywalls in here, and more floorings in there, and your PVC, your PEX tubing, blue and red over there, your insulation, and more paints. So this is the living room, and that's another living room. So guys, that's 101 ways to massively increase your real estate without spending too much money. Until next time, let's go. Wealth cannot wait.